trying to sort out the lock and find the stuff coming towards you and being pulled into the trailer, whether you want it or not. Today I see the hay box just picking the crop up and throwing it out the back. Now the idea of doing that is, in theory, the heavier, wetter part of the crop will be thrown further, so it should land on the top. So you're effectively turning the crop, so the dry stuff is underneath, and the sun will get from the wind, will get to the material on the top, which will then dry. You're also lifting it up to allow the air to flow through it. And if all goes well, there we are, we're just taking it out now. Glass is ready for the baler. Usually, if all goes well, the glass will be picked up about 5 foot wide. What's that, an inch and a half steel, I suppose, in new money, so that it fits the pickup of the baler. We've got a New Holland baler there, 376, one of the last of the smaller the conventional balers, as we're apt to call them in the trade, which produces the traditional size of bale, 14 by 18 or 14 by 16. The length, of course, is very much up to the size. You see the baler coming along, there's a spiked wheel that is mounted on the top, actually rubs into the crop as the bale progresses down the chamber, and that university over in Newport in Shropshire have a field of several hectares which nobody has set foot in now for 5 years. The whole crop process has been done by remote control, and they developed it to the point where now it's something that's running that big in the cabin with a laptop. Is that the way forward? Well, inevitably I suppose it must be. I mean, you might have a view on that, Steve. You're sat there nodding.
I guess about more about the beat, but I just wonder where we're going with it. What happens when you're doing that? Like you said earlier, it's not about coming out of the local.
Well, I always remember one occasion, nothing to do with farming, but my son used to have a job working for a big parcel company on the night delivery, delivering lorry loads of parcels, and I went one night when he wanted the night off, and when I got to the warehouse, the damn lorry wouldn't start after. So I rang Mercade, and when the man appeared at 1 o'clock in the morning, he was wearing his jacket and tie, he'd been to a party, and all he got with him was his laptop. And I said, have you got any spanners? He said, we won't need spanners. He's absolutely right, of course. He plugged his laptop in, put it away for a bit, and said, there you are, you're good to go now, driver. And indeed it was. And that's exactly the same with the modern tractor now, and a lot of the time. Anyway, we've now got some roads made up, so we can see the baler now. It's driven by the PTO on the tractor. It's very feature of a modern tractor called the pure clutch, which means the forward progress of the outfit, at the same time keeping the power going to the baler. The first tractor and baler I used was a great version with Little Jones baler, and when you came to a big lump in the front. You had to decide whether you were going to lift the baler and decide yes, break the keyboard, or whether you wanted to have it. Of course, everything had to stop by not going again. So it was all of it was back, and the jaw floated straight and then forward. Right, well we've got Owen Davis from Talgarth, Elwyn Davis, I beg your pardon, with the old New Holland baler. You can see the pickup there, linking the crop up to the baler, carried across by those backer fingers, into the chain, but the knife comes down. You have to make sure you don't lose the time. Go into the chamber when the ramp's coming down, of course it's not possible. But the ring with the bail coming out the back, which is the left over from the previous go. You might be a bit short of tension on the bail. Having spoke so highly of the but there are certain things that are wrong in the bail. It's all about getting the right amount of tension on the string. So we're planning the tension off. When you're contracting, of course, you've got paid by the bail, so you invariably wanted a nice, smooth, fluffy bail. The first time I ever drove one, we used to get 6 and 12 months of bail. So the more bails you can create, the better. Yeah, then you have the farmer coming around my house. You can do the bales a bit heavier, driver. Then I went to bail our own, of course, and it's one to take it up. Tight bales. But, of course, looking at bales that were very much part of manual handling. Nothing quite like 2 or 3 days loading bales. More a whole Right, so now you're smashing them out. If you're really motoring with a baler, you want about 8 something around to a bale. Then you're flying. Needs to be perfectly dry. You want to be doing nice long runs with a good heavy spark of material, because that gives you about the optimum performance really for the machine. But that is going a bit, I can tell you. One of the things you'll notice how we speak carefully is not turning it sharp. Because when you've got the power shaft running from the stack to the baler, although it's got knuckles which allow it to bend, they don't like going too sharp at an angle, so you'll pop it out here while you make it turn. You'll notice the big goes up fully guarded, guard over the flywheel on the baler, then you've got the yellow cover. That's your technique. Put your hand on that, it's pop it around, and mount it on bearing. Why on earth you want to have that guard on? I don't know. Get off.
floor, and you have a lorry and drag, have 400 more rails, and on the lorry probably 400 on the drag, and then you go up down into the ground from the officers, go up to the area, especially officers picking them up, put 8 to 9 layers on, and tie them all down with rope. We didn't have straps then, it would be all with rope, and then bring them up and stack up to mid-Wales, and you go up, and this is a Ludgerton area, and I can remember several occasions when I'm going up there with a lorry and drag, and they would come and meet me, and they'd say, right, you get in that Dutch barge, and they would hand me the pike. Basically that's how we unloaded them and then put them up to the pike, up into the loft. And I tell you what, when you do it for you're loading 800 bales in the morning and then loading 800 unloading them in the afternoon, I was a hell of a lot fitter than what I am now.
Yes, I worked for a chap at Biber in Gloucestershire, and man used to come with a very long wheel wagon. I used to pick 400 bales up and tilt them load. I picked them on and drove the wagon forward. Unfortunately, he always asked for me when he came, so I could drive the truck as well. It helped me, not to always take it. But what's the most quite important to have that 90%, not one drop down 90%. And you'll see with the bale, there's a cut side and a folded side, which can make quite a difference when you're stacking a load. A lot of people, the first layer, they always put the cut side down.